Morning, Larry. My name is Griebel. I'm with the Metro Hartford Alliance, and I'd echo what you've heard here. A couple of points. I think reaching out like this, you and the other Republicans, and for that matter, the Democrats, we've certainly encouraged the governor to continue to do what he's done in his jobs tours. A lot of times we're in a reactive position, and I think trying to do this in a more proactive way before the session starts, I think, is extremely helpful, not just the special session, but even going into next year. We will submit to you and to the governor on behalf of about 8 of the chambers here in the state some specific ideas. I'll just pull out 4 or 5. We certainly would echo what's been said around the table, and we all represent collectively about, in many cases, some of you around the table, things that we hear that we would just convey that the First 5 program that the governor has launched, and we've talked to Commissioner Smith about this, looking at how that program, if it's going to continue, can be shaped not just creating 200 jobs, but the smaller employers who can add 5 and 10. What are the potential incentives for them? The point about consistency and timeliness on when you have a need for a permit or other regulatory approval, that time issue is critical, and consistency. And we certainly have applauded the work that we've heard that Commissioners Smith, Esty, and Redeker have done to work together, because we do, in some cases, you get approval from Agency B only to be overruled by Agency A. I think those are critical issues from all sizes of businesses, and we'd encourage you to keep the dialogue going with the 3 of them. Those are agencies that have direct impact, as you've already heard, on future growth here in the state. Just to shift gears for a second, in addition to the smaller businesses that we hear from and that are represented here today, I would urge us not to take our eyes off the larger employers that are here in the state, many of which are the customers or become the customers of businesses around this table. And so as we look at the needs of the smaller businesses that are here, the need to make sure that those companies that can move jobs out of here, whether they're UTCs or the larger insurance companies, that they continue to be talked to because of what they mean to employment. And to shift gears one last time, I think that along the lines that's here, as you look at, you all created a new Connecticut Airport Authority. We would encourage you to work with that authority, because it is up in this part of the state, I'd say for the entire state, is one of our most important assets. Getting additional routes in here so that we can recruit companies in, particularly from Western Europe, I think is something we have to stay focused on as we look down the road. And the last thing we would just say, coming back to this issue of keeping our house in order, we all know that we're bumping up against a spending cap. OPM Secretary Barnes sent a letter in here recently. We certainly urge you, as we go into not only this job session at the end of the month, but as importantly as we go into the so-called short session next year, that we stay focused on keeping spending under control, so that spending, we do not go over that spending cap, and we don't avoid going over the spending cap by playing some of the fiscal games that we played in the past. And we look forward to working with you, with the other members of the Republican Party and the other side of the aisle, to make sure that we keep our fiscal house in control, so this desire for jobs, retaining the jobs we have and growing them, can become a reality. Appreciate the opportunity, Larry.
Thank you, Oz.